Think back. Do you remember your childhood role models, people you looked up to? You're probably thinking of a teacher, coach, parent, maybe even a friend. Whenever I was younger, I lived in a town called Franklin, and there, for many years of my life, both after school and during the summer, I attended a daycare called Child Development Center. There, I made many friends, did fun activities and field trips daily, and had amazing role models. One of the first role models I remember having as a child, besides my mother, of course, was a mentor at Child Development Center, Miss Rachel. About 20 years old and a college student at the time, Miss Rachel talked about her life goals and aspirations, and it really inspired me and motivated me. And looking back on it now, I can kind of give her some of the credit for being the ambitious young woman I am today. Along with this, Miss Rachel also was the person that made everybody happy. Regardless if you were having an argument with your friend, having a bad day, fell on the playground and scratched your leg, Miss Rachel was always the one there to make your day. And while I made it evident to her that she was my role model, being with her all the time and just making it very clear to her that I looked up to her, many kids do not do this. You may be a child's role model without even knowing it, and you should always act as if you are. I strongly believe that positive influences and role models can impact a child's life more than anything else. Regardless of their social economic status, their home life, anything that's going on, one positive influence can make all the impact on a child's life. I recently watched a documentary in economics class about homeless kids and poverty in the United States. I was completely at awe whenever they shot an 11-year-old homeless boy doing his homework and explaining that the reason that he tries so hard to maintain all A's in school is because his second grade teacher told him that getting good grades is the only way that he'll get out of the situation he's in. At such a young age, he's already determined that he's going to get good grades, he's going to go to a good college, and he's going to get a good job to prevent this from happening to his family in the future. This is an example of how kids need to be positively influenced regardless of their situation. Look at the African American community, for example. There aren't many black people you can name for kids to look up to besides who? President Obama? Of course, because he's the president. Kids often look up to rap stars and athletes, and I think this is just overall bad. Kids, this gives them the wrong impression because athletes and celebrities overall often show off the material things like their cars and their money. But this gives kids the overall wrong impression for two reasons. One, it shows that the material things are what are important in life, and two, education is not needed to get there. Sure, people like LeBron James will go on Nickelodeon and give motivational speeches for kids to hear, like stay in school, stay active. But is this enough to be a positive influence? The answer is no. LeBron James went straight to the NBA from high school without any college education at all. So for him to tell kids, go to school, go to college, he can't really do that because he didn't practice this. You cannot preach what you don't practice. Children in early childhood development between ages 3 and 11 are when they are strongly influenced by the people around them and their role models. You can't tell a child, do as I say, not as I do, simply because they do exactly what they see. Take a look.
Looks like rain again today. Dark clouds gather and fill the sky. Don't know how to talk to you, just know how to say goodbye.
Have you actually got a driver's license? I don't think so. Did you see it back there?
Go back where you came from. Learn to speak English.
Go back where you came from. You don't know anything to me.
Wow. As you can see, sometimes it's not the big things like Miss Rachel rubbing her ambition off on me. Sometimes it's the little things like dropping a cigarette butt on the ground, not only showing kids that it's okay to smoke whenever you're grown enough to do it, but also that it's okay to litter and throw butts on the ground. But sometimes it is the big things, like domestic violence, showing if a son sees their father hitting their mother, it makes them think that it's okay to hit women, not only whenever you're married, but even at such a young age. Throughout my life, I've had many opportunities to be a positive influence for kids, and it absolutely gives me the best feeling. Just one example is the Lights On program at Eastside Elementary, in which us student athletes go over to Eastside during the lunch periods and hand out pictures of ourselves with little motivational quotes on them, and the kids excitedly attack us for our autographs, like we're celebrities. Followed by an afternoon assembly in which we each give speeches on little aspects of high school in which we all participate, including honor roll, National Honor Society, extracurricular activities, AP classes. And I think this is good for the kids because it shows them that they are going to be us in a few years, and this is what they need to do. I think being a positive influence is the best feeling. You are always a role model, whether you're a grandparent, a mother, a father, even a cashier at the grocery store. Children are always watching you. It is for you to determine whether you're a positive or negative role model for them to look up to. Children are the future, and how they see the world all starts by who they look up to and what they learn from them. What are you teaching kids in your life? You never know if a child is watching you, and you should always act as if you are. Now ask yourself, who's watching you? Thank you.